Hey guys, Alex and Russell here. Let's talk about stick tie ligature and tying a pass. Now, I have not personally done a whole lot of stick tie methods, but we'll still talk about it. So we are going to, as you can see here, we're going to take some non-penetrating forceps such as DeBakey's. Clearly those aren't the best form of DeBakey's, but what you're going to do is you're going to take your swedge needle and you're going to pass it through 2 layers of the actual vessel. You pull that right through, and remember, you don't want to cause more damage than necessary, so make sure you're pulling nice and slow, and everything is with gentle process here. So pull that guy out, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a couple tie downs here. Nothing too crazy here just yet, but I'm going to tie this down, and this is my initial anchor point, okay? Because after I throw a couple of these throws through, what I will do is go ahead and loop this same suture around. Now, normally if I was doing this, if I had to do this, I would cut the needle off. For this demonstration, I'll show you the needle still currently on. So at this point, I take the forceps, gently grab the vessel in question, pass that under there, and then same thing on the other side. There we go. I think I'm just hooking on. There we go. Yep. Gently grab the vessel, pass the needle under, not through the vessel this time. Like I said, I would cut the needle off and just pass it that way. And so at this point, what I'll go ahead and do is I would put down my instrument and go ahead and do a 2-handed tie, 1-handed tie, whatever you guys want to try to do. I personally think 2-handed ties for tying a pass are okay, but here I'm going to go ahead and just do a 1-handed tie just because I do have enough leverage there. And remember, you want to make sure that you're not leveraging too hard. You don't want to tear the vessel and allow it to retract. So there we go, a couple tie downs there. And then in these case scenarios, most of the time, again, your surgeon will have the your proximal position clamped as well, so that you're not just consistently bleeding out while trying to do this. And now I'm going to show you tying a pass. So normally as scrub techs, we know to pass these with right angles. I don't have that today, so I'll just use my needle driver. I'm going to pass the suture under. Get some equal strand points there. And it's actually kind of funny because what you're going to see here is I'm going to try to do, I'll show you here in a sec. I don't cinch the first knot down, and I try to muscle it, and the strand breaks. So every time you make a throw, make sure that you cinch it down prior to throwing your next throw, especially on these. So again, I'm going to pass back under, take that strand once more, and for me now, I'm going to do a 2-handed tie here. There we go. And then throw a good amount of those and tie this puppy down. Make sure you're doing alternate throws with your 2-handed ties so that the squares sit on each other appropriately and don't loop out. And I make my cuts, and that's good to go. Thanks, guys.